Pisces, it's a big money month for you this month, and we can see that from the chart. I'm going to animate that for you. With the new moon starting the month off on April 1st, here in the second house of finance. The sun is exalted, which is very, very powerful. It's not good that that planet here, the sun, which is not really a planet, but it rules your sixth house of debt, is here. However, you can make that work for you by understanding that sometimes you need to borrow money to make money, as for example, borrowing money to purchase a house, where the house develops over time and builds equity, and that's the sort of thing I'm talking about here. But the new moon also shows a very, very different view or position on money generally, because this second house is your value system. And so with the new moon here, you are looking at correcting yourself on the attitude you've had in the past to money. You see, I'll give you an example. You take a look at poor people generally have a very different perception and value of money to rich people. Poor people work for money, whereas rich people make the money work for them. Different sort of mindset. And so the new moon, I think, helps shift your attitudes from your traditional way of thinking about money to this new perception of how money can work for you, how you can earn money through having the money work for you. You'll see here also that the planet Venus has moved into your sun sign, and Venus has to do with the 8th house of your horoscope and the 3rd house of your horoscope, 3rd and 8th house. So the 8th house is the shared resources you have with others. It's other OPM, other people's money. And that's precisely what I'm talking about here. 8th house is also banking. So it may be that if you've been fearful of borrowing money or using other people's money to get ahead financially through fear of being indebted, there are two types of debt. If you buy a car, then that's a liability. If you buy a piece of land that increases in value, then of course that's an asset. Both of them will cost you money. Both of them may put you in debt, but one will actually grow its value as an asset. The other will diminish in its value. The full moon also takes place there in the 8th house, which is what this theme is about for you this month, Pisces. 8th house, full moon on the 17th, as you can see here, indicating the opportunity to avail yourself of other people's money. Moon is also the 5th ruler, which has to do with investments and speculation. So there's a strong tie-in here with freeing yourself of any sort of fear or apprehension or nervousness associated with thinking with a rich man's or a rich woman's mentality rather than that pauper mentality. And this is an ingrained habit that takes time to overcome. I'm not saying you go out and buy a house tomorrow, but I'm saying that there may be some little things like splurging on yourself, where you may deny yourself that pleasure. Go and do it. The universe is receptive to those sort of signals. If you think you're worthy of spending money on yourself, and don't be stingy, spend a good deal of money on yourself. Buy that laptop or that holiday you've been dreaming about but too scared to do because you think you'll leave yourself short of money. The moment you do that, the universe is going to respond in like and bring you back greater opportunities and greater money. Look at the transit of Mars, Venus, Neptune and Jupiter in your sun sign towards the end of the month. This is perfect. It gives you a lot of dynamic drive. Be careful you don't spread yourself too thin. That 4-planet divergence can cause you to do too much and achieve too little. Also, the 3rd house is excellent, having Mercury, Node, Uranus and Sun in this place of dynamic activity and valor. Valor is the courage that I'm talking about that you need to lift yourself out of the current circumstances if you feel unfulfilled. This is how you are going to bring yourself into a better stage of life and to feel more in control of the situation. Mars is excellent here as one of the benefactors of your ninth house and second house, luck and finance. And here you've got the drive and the initiative to make things happen, even if you'd been stonewalled through the conjunction of Mars and Saturn in the previous month or so. Remember that? Now you're free and able to do that. You'll notice on the last day of the month, you've got a double transit here, the moon in this third house of valor, very dark moon, and Mercury here in the fourth house. These are powerful transits. And again, I think one of the themes for you, the keywords this month, is courage. Have the courage of your convictions. Don't be afraid to try something new, especially in the way you approach money. Don't be fearful, and go and buy yourself a little gift. Also, go over to astrology.com.au where I've got more on this month if you want to find out a little bit more about what's happening. Subscribe to my channel. I'd love you to do that. Tell your friends about it. And don't forget to come back next month. Drop me a line if you want. I'll be here. See you next month. Bye-bye.